Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 6th of March 2024. Now look guys, there's a lot of drama going on in the world of Bitcoin and the price of Bitcoin did actually go down, but it has pumped up once again and looks like during that period, a lot of the traders who decided to go long were liquidated and unfortunately guys, looks like millions and billions were lost during that hour. But if you talk about the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market, it has definitely pumped up. But if you were to compare it since the last 24 hours, it is just marginally down by 0.36%. And this is unfortunately one of the drawbacks of the cryptocurrency world, isn't it? So we definitely need to be extra cautious when we are in the world of trading. Now, so far as today's podcast is concerned, guys, we are going to be talking about BRICS nations and they are utilizing blockchain payment system. So I'll definitely go ahead and discuss where does blockchain technology fit in and what is it that Kremlin has announced. Now look guys, it's really important to note that the details of the payment system using blockchain technology at this point of time is not yet known, but over the next coming months and years, we will definitely get some information regarding BRICS working with blockchain technology. Now look guys, regulations definitely play a massive role so far as Bitcoin, cryptocurrency and blockchain adoption is concerned, isn't it? Now we have two news regarding the US Security and Exchange Commission. Now the first news unfortunately has to do with Binance US and looks like Binance US, which is a completely different entity to Binance, they are not giving information to SEC as per the requirement, and the drama between US Security and Exchange Commission and Binance US is definitely continuing. So we'll definitely go and explore what that news is, and that news guys, to be honest, directly or indirectly will impact the price of Binance BNB, isn't it? So we definitely have a look at that. And guys, we have some news regarding SEC once again, and this time it has to do with ShapeShift. Now look guys, if you've been in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world going back to let's say 2017, you should know by now who Eric Worre is. He is one of the OGs in the Bitcoin world and he was one of the founders of ShapeShift. Now regarding this news guys, looks like ShapeShift is willing to go ahead and pay a fine of roughly around $250,000. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what that news is all about. And guys, finally we have some news regarding NFTs and this is to do with Coachella. And Coachella guys, they are planning to release NFTs. Now look guys, if you're into K-pop or if you're into live music, you definitely need to know what Coachella is because they usually tend to provide some of the biggest events in the world, and them getting into NFTs are definitely a very massive news. So I'll definitely go ahead and discuss this, and it's needless to say guys that they would be issuing NFTs on OpenSea platform. So I'll definitely go ahead and talk about that news. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee a Day podcast, I'm going to be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is regarding Nexo, and they have secured initial approval to offer digital asset services in Dubai. So definitely a positive news. And the second news guys is to do with artificial intelligence, and it's no surprise it has to do with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And this is more of an article which is published that talks about Saudi Arabia's venture into artificial intelligence, and the news actually states that Saudi Arabia is attracting $10 billion to build data centers. So I'll definitely go ahead and share this news. So quite a lot of cover guys in today's episode. So let's kick start with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. They'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world,
securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. And guys, listen, there's a lot of drama going on in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world, particularly since the last 24 hours. The prices of Bitcoin drastically fell down, but it has definitely gained a lot of momentum. And if you were to have looked at the global cryptocurrency market, it was looking like a bloodbath, but the numbers are looking green once again. And guys, listen, if you look at the volume of decentralized exchanges and DeFi, the numbers are absolutely ridiculous. Too ridiculous to be scary, to be honest. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. Now let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market, guys, because as of today, 6th of March, it is at $2.51 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 0.36%. Now listen to this, guys. If you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume over the last 24 hours, it is more than $250 billion at $259.44 billion. Now listen, guys, I'm looking at these numbers via CoinMarketCap, and to be honest, this might be the very first time I have seen the total cryptocurrency market volume passing the $200 billion mark. And not only has it passed the $200 billion mark, it has crossed the $250 billion mark as well. Massive anomaly. Now usually these numbers are great, but considering what is going on in the cryptocurrency world, to be honest, I'm a bit skeptical and a bit nervous. I'm hoping we do not find out some particular project or protocol to be liquidated in the next 24 to 48 hours. And since the last 24 hours, guys, the total cryptocurrency market is up by 33.49%. Now, if you look at the volume on DeFi, guys, it is at $17.62 billion. But here's the sad bit, guys. DeFi is accounting for only 6.79% of the total cryptocurrency market 24-hour volume. Now, so far as the total value locked is concerned, it has actually gone down, and it is at $95.47 billion. Now, because the total value locked has gone down, guys, I really am not sure if the validators have withdrawn the funds. I have no clue, to be honest. If you have some information, mention them in the comments below. Now, so far as the total value locked is concerned, Lido is still dominating with $38.04 billion. And guys, if you look at decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, it is at a staggering 41.69%. Now look, guys, for some odd reason, I really am not sure what is going on in the decentralized exchange world, particularly on Wednesdays and Thursdays. The numbers tend to shoot up for no apparent reason. And to be honest, guys, this trend I've been observing for almost a year now. Now, if you do have some information as to why the number picks up pace, definitely mention them in the comments below. Now listen, guys, the next numbers that I'm going to be reading out is probably the highest I've ever seen. And to be honest, guys, I'm a bit worried as to why these numbers are ridiculously high. It is not even 2x or 3x. Since the last 24 hours, the volume in decentralized exchange has pumped up by well over 6 times of what it is. The number one is Uniswap, and its volume is $5.6 billion. Now look, guys, I've never seen the volume of Uniswap cross the $3 billion mark. Not only has it crossed the $3 billion mark, it is on the verge of touching the $6 billion mark, isn't it? So $5.6 billion since the last 24 hours is ridiculously high. The second one is PancakeSwap, and its volume is $1.43 billion. The third one, guys, is Orca, and its volume is $1.16 billion. The fourth one is Radium, and its 24-hour volume is almost $1 billion. It is at $992.86 million. And the fifth one, guys, is Core Finance, and its volume is $585.51 million. Now look, guys, before BlackRock getting into the Bitcoin spot ETF game, the number second decentralized exchange volume has never even crossed the $500 million mark. But now, the number fifth decentralized exchange, the volume is well over $500 million mark. Definitely shows you the power of BlackRock, isn't it? Now let me very quickly run through the volume of stablecoin, guys. And if I'm not mistaken, in my episode yesterday, I very briefly talked about that I did not see the volume of stablecoins crossing the $200 billion mark. And I wouldn't be surprised this might be the very first time the volume of stablecoins has crossed the $200 billion mark. Now mind you, guys, I'm looking at these numbers via CoinMarketCap. And if you're looking at these numbers via CoinGecko or CoinDesk or Cointelegraph, the numbers will be drastically different. So you need to be aware of which platform you're going ahead and looking at these numbers. So the volume of stablecoins, guys, is $235.07 billion, and stablecoins is accounting for 90.61% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now look guys, if you want my honest opinion, I honestly feel a lot of cartel members might be getting into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world right now because the numbers are ridiculously high, and I wouldn't be surprised a lot of the cartel members or illegal activities is going on, and they are doing that by acquiring a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum since the last 24 to 48 hours. And guys, if you look at the volume of Tether USDT, it is at a staggering $189.6 billion, followed by FDUSD. Its volume is $24.7 billion. And finally, guys, Circle USDC, its volume is $18.50 billion. Now, granted, guys, one of the reasons why the volume is ridiculously high is because the prices did actually go down, isn't it? So because of that, the transaction volume of stablecoins is ridiculously high. But even then, guys, the 24-hour trading volume can't cross the $200 billion mark. These numbers are absolutely shady, to be honest. Now, guys, let's look at the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, the biggest anomaly, guys, is that of the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin. It has crossed the $100 billion mark, and as of today, 6th of March, it is at $103 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume, guys, is at $51.05 billion. Look at these numbers, guys. These are ridiculously scary numbers, to be honest. So it looks like since the last 24 hours, only in the world of Ethereum and Bitcoin, over $150 billion worth of transactions have taken place. Now, at this point of time, I would have to say that a lot of buying is going on, as well as an equal amount of selling is going on as well, because the prices of Bitcoin did actually go down to well below the $63,000 mark. In certain cryptocurrency exchanges, guys, it went below the $62,000 mark as well. But right now, if you look at it via CoinMarketCap, it is at $66,866. Now, so far as the market cap of Bitcoin is concerned, guys, surprisingly, it has gone down, and as of today, it is at $1.31 trillion, and Ethereum's market cap, guys, is at $462 billion. Now, if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin and Ethereum, not much has changed. Bitcoin's dominance is 52.42%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is 18.50%. Now, guys, let me very quickly run through the top 3 gainers and the top 3 losers. Now, clearly, guys, because of the volume of Uniswap crossing the $5 billion mark, it is no surprise that the biggest gainer since the last 24 hours is the token of Uniswap, that is Uni, and it is up by 25.67%. The second one, guys, is a meme coin, that is Dog with that, and it is up by 13.45%. And the third one, guys, is Fetch AI, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 12.02%. Now, look, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Uniswap, Dog with that, and Fetch AI are in the losers list tomorrow, so definitely keep an eye on that. Now, so far as the top 3 losers is concerned, Shiba Inu, guys, unfortunately is down by 14.01%. Now, look, guys, so far Shiba Inu has gone down. Coinbase has to be blamed for that because users weren't able to see the balances in Coinbase. A lot of Shiba Inu holders did actually go and sell a lot of the token, and that is only the reason why Shiba Inu has actually gone down. So definitely unfortunate news, and looks like Coinbase is the reason why it has actually gone down. The number second, guys, that has gone down is that of eCash, and it is down by 13.20%. Now, the third one, guys, is a token called as SATS, which is kind of like a resemblance to Satoshi's from Bitcoin, isn't it? And it is actually down by 2.32%. And SATS, guys, so far as the protocol is concerned, is a BRC token that pays homage to Satoshi's. And SATS, guys, is the abbreviation for Satoshi, the smallest unit of Bitcoin. And at this point of time, guys, we know that 1 Satoshi equals 0.000000001 Bitcoin, isn't it? Now, it's really important to note, guys, so far as this token is concerned, SATS token is merely a meme token, and it is inscribed by an anonymous team, and it has nothing to do with the Satoshis that is used in Bitcoin, and it is actually down by 2.32%. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, let me go ahead and discuss one of the OGs of the project called as MakerDAO. Now, listen, guys, if you're into the world of DeFi, you definitely need to know what MakerDAO is. Now, unfortunately, guys, MakerDAO is also called as BoomerDAO in the world of DeFi. But look, guys, MakerDAO was one of the first projects that did actually play a really influential role so far as DeFi is concerned. So what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be asking ChatGPT to give out information on what MakerDAO is. Now, listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding MakerDAO, what I'd really recommend you to do is Laura Shin. She did release an episode with the founders of MakerDAO, and this, if I'm not mistaken, guys, goes back to 2018 or 19. I would definitely recommend you guys to go ahead and check it, and then follow up with what is going on in the world of MakerDAO right now. So let me go ahead and give out some bits and pieces of information on what MakerDAO is, how MakerDAO works, what are the pros and cons of MakerDAO, and then you can go ahead and make your own decision. Now look guys, so far as MakerDAO is concerned, it is a decentralized autonomous organization that operates on the Ethereum blockchain, and it aims to provide a decentralized stable coin called as DAI, which is pegged to the value of US dollar, and DAI guys, which is spelled as DAI, that is D for David, A for Alpha and I for India, is designed to maintain its value over time and provide stability in otherwise volatile cryptocurrency market. So the big question guys is, how does MakerDAO work? Now there are 4 areas that I'd like to talk about. That is CDPs, that is collateralized debt position. The second one guys is stable issuance. The third one is stability mechanism. And finally the fourth one is governance. Now regarding CDPs, that is collateralized debt position, the core mechanism of MakerDAO is the creation of collateralized debt positions, and users can lock up collateral, typically Ethereum, in a smart contract to generate DAI. And the ratio of the collateral to DAI guys is known as the collateralization ratio. And so far stablecoins issuance is concerned, once users lock up the collateral in CDPs or collateralized debt positions, they can generate DAI tokens proportional to the value of the collateral, and this process allows users to mint DAI while keeping the collateral locked up. And so far as the stability mechanism is concerned, MakerDAO employs several stability mechanisms to ensure that DAI maintains its peg to the US dollar, and these include DAI savings rate, also called as DSR, which incentivizes users to hold DAI, and they do that by offering interest on savings and stability fees, which users can pay when closing their CDPs to prevent excessive DAI issuance. And so far as the governance is concerned, MakerDAO is governed by MKR token holders who participate in the decision-making process through voting, and MKR token holders guys are responsible for adjusting parameters such as stability fees and collateralization ratio to maintain the stability of DAI tokens. Now let me just have a look at what the price of the MKR token is guys, because I'm pretty much sure it might be in thousands of dollars. And the price of MKR guys is $2,077, so it looks like the early investors have definitely made quite a lot of profit from it. Now so far as the pros of MakerDAO is concerned, MakerDAO operates as a decentralized autonomous organization, meaning it does not rely on centralized authority for decision making, and this decentralization fosters transparency and reduces the risk of censorship or manipulation. And so far as DAI is concerned, it aims to maintain a stable value relative to the US dollar, thereby providing users with a reliable medium of exchange and also a store of value in the volatile cryptocurrency market, isn't it? And so far as accessibility is concerned guys, MakerDAO allows users to access liquidity by locking up the crypto assets as collateral without the need for traditional financial intermediaries such as banks or any other central entity. Now so far as the governance token is concerned, MKR token holders govern MakerDAO through a decentralized voting process, thereby allowing community-driven decision-making and adaptation to changing market conditions. Now look guys, these are some of the pros of MakerDAO. Now let's very briefly touch base on some of the cons and negative aspects of MakerDAO. Now look, so far as the value of collateral assets is concerned, most of it is primarily Ether, isn't it? And Ethereum gas can be highly volatile, and in extreme market downturns, the value of collateral may actually fall rapidly, leading to liquidation of CDPs and potential loss of collateral. Now look, as MakerDAO might seem to be like a cool project, but it is extremely complex, isn't it? And the mechanism behind MakerDAO, such as CDP management and stability mechanism, can be extremely complex for users to understand and navigate, potentially deterring mainstream adoption. Now look at some of the OGs of Bitcoin and Ethereum, even they actually struggle to understand what MakerDAO is, so it is definitely not an easy concept to understand. And guys, based on my understanding, there are also a lot of jabs being taken regarding centralization. Now while MakerDAO operates as a DAO, that is distributed or decentralized autonomous organization, the ecosystem is still vulnerable to centralization risks, particularly if a small number of entities control a significant portion of MKR tokens and governance decisions, and there have been quite a lot of jabs regarding centralization that was actually addressed to the MakerDAO team as well. And look guys, regulatory challenges is also a massive issue, and the regulatory environment surrounding decentralized finance in particular, and projects like MakerDAO is still evolving, isn't it? Thereby posing potential legal and regulatory risks to users and the ecosystem as a whole. So those are some bits and pieces of information guys regarding MakerDAO. Now it's really important to know that MakerDAO offers a groundbreaking solution for creating a decentralized stablecoin, but also faces challenges such as collateral volatility, complexity, centralization risks, and regulatory uncertainty, and as the DeFi space continues to evolve, addressing these challenges will be crucial for MakerDAO's long-term success and adoption. Now, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume of DAI, guys, it is well below the $1 million mark. As a matter of fact, guys, I'm looking at it right now. It is at $981 million. This is ridiculously low considering the fact we're talking about the market cap of stablecoins crossing the $200 billion mark, isn't it? Now, when the price of Bitcoin was around the $20,000 range, I definitely remember the volume of DAI was less than $100 million as well. But that thing being said, guys, MakerDAO is definitely a very critical and really crucial project, particularly for the DeFi sector. Now, guys, let's talk about the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And look, guys, the price of Bitcoin is definitely fluctuating since the last 24 hours. But right now, when I'm looking at it, it is at $66,866. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.60%. But since the last 7 days, it is up by 12.33%. Ethereum, guys, is at $3,846. Surprisingly, guys, since the last 24 hours, the price of Ethereum has actually pumped up. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.17%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 15.99%. Binance BNB coin, guys, is at $423. Since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.81%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 4.12%. Now look, guys, I hate saying this, 2024 is also not looking one of the best years for Binance, isn't it? And later on, guys, we're going to discuss what is going on regarding Binance US is concerned. But now, guys, let's talk about BRICS. That is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And what is it that they are doing so far as blockchain payment is concerned? And Kremlin, guys, did actually announce creation of blockchain-based payment system in BRICS. So let me go ahead and give out more information, because the BRIC nation, guys, comprises of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and they are all collaborating on a blockchain-based payment system, and they're doing that to reduce the reliance on the US dollar. And the system, guys, as per Kremlin ADO Yakushev, aims to facilitate cost-effective and politically neutral payments for governments and individuals, and by promoting settlements in national currencies and enhancing correspondent banking network, the initiative seeks to bolster the role of BRICS countries in the global financial system and reduce dependence on the dollar for international transactions. Now look, guys, if you want to go ahead and look at the information, it is in the show notes below. Now look, guys, at this point of time, looks like it is just at an idea stage. But knowing some of the software developers in these countries, that is Russia, India, China, and South Africa, I wouldn't be surprised if a blockchain system is going to be implemented much sooner than expected. Now, at this point of time, the detail of the payment systems is not known, and we don't know whether BRICS will deploy its own blockchain or use an existing platform. Now, this information is not yet disclosed by Kremlin. Now, would it be ideal for them to create their own blockchain as long as it is open source and follows the pillars of open blockchain? It does make a lot of sense, isn't it? Or else what they can do is they can replicate what Ripple is doing and have some kind of software where transactions are done among the BRICS nation, isn't it? So we'll just have to wait and see what the future is. Now, guys, let's discuss some news regarding US, and this is to do with Binance US and the US Security and Exchange Commission. And guys, Binance US is facing scrutiny from the US Security and Exchange Commission over its handling of customer assets and other critical aspects of ongoing investigation. Now look, guys, 2024 is one of the worst years for Binance, isn't it? Last few weeks, guys, I've been talking about Binance having trouble in Nigeria, and CZ most likely will not be able to leave US as well, isn't it? Now, so far as Binance US is concerned, the SEC actually claims that Binance US, which is operated by a different name called as Band Trading Services, has failed to provide adequate responses to requests for information, and this is regarding customer asset custody. And guys, in a joint status report which was filed on 5th of March, the US Security and Exchange Commission has requested court intervention to expedite discovery process. Now listen, guys, if you do actually want to go and see the filings, it is in the show notes below. So definitely not looking good for Binance US. Now it's really important to note, guys, that central to the SEC's investigation is whether employees of the non-US arm of Binance maintained access to Binance US customer assets, and the SEC actually claims that Binance US has failed to prove that if it did not have access to private keys or any other form of access to customer assets. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the final outcome to this is. Now, could it be possible that Binance is going belly up, and because of that there's so much of transaction taking place in the decentralized exchange world? Never say never, to be honest. Now, guys, let's discuss another update, and that is to do with US Security and Exchange Commission. and this has to do with ShapeShift. And the founder, guys, of ShapeShift, that is Eric Voorhees, he did his early schooling in Dubai, and if I'm not mistaken, guys, he's definitely lived in Dubai for well over a decade. Now, so far as this news is concerned, in a filing on Tuesday, the US Security and Exchange Commission indicated acceptance of a settlement offer from ShapeShift, including $275,000 fine and an agreement to comply with Security and Exchange Commission Act moving forward. And ShapeShift, guys, has offered approximately 79 crypto assets to customers, including those considered investment contracts, through specified digital assets that were not named in the filing. Now, it's really important to note, guys, that the US Security and Exchange Commission in 2021 had filed a cease and desist order against ShapeShift. And ShapeShift, guys, was a cryptocurrency exchange previously based in Denver, Colorado, but they have completely ceased the operations. And in 2021, guys, the US Security and Exchange Commission alleged that ShapeShift operated as an unregistered dealer for cryptocurrencies, and they've definitely deemed securities before 2021. The look, so far as ShapeShift is concerned, they did have plans from changing from a centralized entity to a completely decentralized organization, and they went ahead and launched a couple of tokens as well. Now, I definitely need to go ahead and follow up on what that news is all about, but definitely feel free to go ahead and do more investigation on that. Now, guys, let's discuss some positive news, and this is regarding Coachella. Now, look, guys, if you're a musician, if you like attending live gigs, you definitely would have known what Coachella is. And Coachella and OpenSea, guys, they are launching NFTs with music festival utility and keepsakes. And these NFTs, guys, are no ordinary NFTs, because these NFTs can be turned into real-life VIP experiences, and you can also get exclusive merchandise and digital collectibles. And if I'm not mistaken, guys, there will be 3 unique NFT collections serving all-access passes to some of the festival's most exclusive on-site experiences and merchandise as well. Now, if you're someone who's a regular goer at Coachella, you definitely need to get your hands on NFTs. So those were the news, guys, on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and NFT world. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now, the first news, guys, is definitely positive news, and that is regarding Nexo. And Nexo has secured initial approval to offer digital asset services in Dubai. So let me go ahead and give more information regarding this news, because them obtaining initial approval from Dubai's VARA, that is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, to offer digital assets will allow them to offer services including lending, borrowing, investment, and broker-dealer functions for virtual assets. And Kalin Matudev, Nexo's co-founder, has definitely expressed enthusiasm for aligning with Dubai's regulatory authority. And Dubai's VARA, guys, as we know, was established in 2022, and they definitely have a very strong commitment to the digital asset innovation spaces in it. And Nexo, guys, views Dubai as a significant opportunity for global expansion with its 7 million user base. And VARA, guys, as we know, regulates virtual assets across Dubai, excluding Dubai International Financial Center. And the legal framework, guys, created by VARA aims to protect investors and establish international standards for the virtual asset industry. And look, guys, so far as Nexo is concerned, they definitely not had an easy part. And the information, guys, regarding the approval is actually published by financemagnets.com. And what financemagnets.com did actually state that Nexo had filed an arbitration claim exceeding $3 billion against the Republic of Bulgaria, citing unjust interference and financial harm. And the claim also followed the dismissal of criminal charges against Nexo's leadership and Nexo's collaboration with investment banks for funding rounds, and an IPO valued at $8 to $12 billion was also disrupted. Now look, guys, there was also a strategic partnership with a major European football club that was also halted due to Bulgarian authorities' actions, and Nexo, guys, decided to cease certain services in the UK. And so far as UK is concerned, guys, Nexo also decided to cease certain services in UK, and they did that due to regulatory mandates from Financial Conduct Authority. Now, them moving into Dubai is definitely a massive deal, and getting the approval is definitely a big deal as well. And guys, so far as UK is concerned, the actions aligns with broader industry responses to regulatory mandates in the UK, affecting firms like PayPal, Luno, and Bybit. Now look, guys, all these things being said, so far as Nexo is concerned, the response definitely reflects its commitment to compliance and adaptation to evolving regulatory landscape. And then moving into Dubai and getting an initial approval is definitely a massive deal. So it's going to be really interesting to see if they are facing any struggles in United Arab Emirates, or is it going to be smooth sailing. So what I'll try to do is, guys, I'll definitely go ahead and drop an email to the founders of Nexo, and let's see if I can get them on the podcast, and I'll go ahead and discuss some of the challenges that they have faced, not just in UK but also in Bulgaria as well. And if they do face similar challenges in UAE, how they are going to adapt to it. Now, guys, let's discuss second news. And this news is, guys, regarding Saudi Arabia, and it is attracting $10 billion to build data centers. So let me go ahead and share what this news is all about. And Saudi Arabia has attracted over $10 billion in investment for building data centers, with Amazon Web Services committing to more than $5.3 billion. And this announcement, guys, was made at Leap24 at a tech exhibition in Riyadh. And Leap24 was definitely all over the news, isn't it? And so far as AWS is concerned, they plan to open the data centers in 2026 to support Saudi Arabia's ambitions in artificial intelligence, and many international firm guys, including Amazon Web Services, have set up regional headquarters in Saudi Arabia before January 2024 deadline, and they did that to secure government contracts. And Saudi's Aramco guys unveiled Aramco MetaBrain, a large language model built on 90 years of company data to enhance productivity, and Aramco guys has partnered with Grok, which is a US-based AI company for faster AI implementation. And look guys, there is also another giant called ADNOC, and ADNOC is reporting generating $500 million of additional value in 2023 through artificial intelligence tools development. And also Alert guys, which is a sustainable technology manufacturing company that is backed by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, plans to collaborate with King Abdulaziz City for Center and Technology for Semiconductor Industry Development. And Amit Mida, the CEO of Alert, envisions automated factories powered by clean energy in Saudi Arabia, assembling products like phones with intelligent robot. And the investment guys in data centers underscore Saudi Arabia's commitment to advancing AI infrastructure. And Amazon Web Services investment signifies confidence in Saudi Arabia's tech potential and regulatory environment as well. And Aramco's focus on AI showcases efforts to leverage data for operational efficiency, and partnership with tech firms like Grok highlights Saudi Arabia's interest in cutting-edge AI technologies. And ADNOC's success guys with AI tools definitely demonstrates the value of data-driven decision-making in the energy sector, isn't it? And ALA's collaboration with a research university guys indicates a strategic approach to fostering local tech talent and innovation. And Mida's vision reflects Saudi Arabia's aspiration for sustainable and technology-driven economic growth. So overall guys, the development definitely signifies Saudi Arabia's emergence as a tech hub with a focus on AI and sustainable innovation. So definitely a positive news. Now look guys, I've been saying this lately since a very long time. So far as artificial intelligence is concerned, I wouldn't be surprised in the next decade or so, Saudi Arabia will turn out to be the leader, not just in the Middle East, probably in the entire world as well. So kudos for what they're doing out there. So those were the news guys on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Russell who asks, how is Dubai landscape to set up business? Now I'm hoping Russell you're asking this question keeping in mind cryptocurrency, blockchain, AI, and metaverse field, isn't it? But to answer your question, yes, Dubai is if not the most friendly place in order to go ahead and start your business, particularly when you talk about, let's say, cryptocurrency related services or blockchain as a service or metaverse as a service or even AI. The government regulations are absolutely very proactive and they definitely want to support a lot of companies. Now, so far as the procedure to set up a business license is concerned, I definitely do feel it is the most easiest. At the same time, the documentation has to be crystal clear as well. Now, if you do want to go ahead and set up your business, definitely go ahead and drop me an email. And there are different areas where you can actually go ahead and set up your business. RockDAO, that was Russell Kmart Digital Asset Oasis, they have started issuing license, and that is a different emirate. So we can definitely go ahead and set you up with someone from there, or you can also go ahead and set it up with someone in Dubai as well. And what I do is I offer consultation on what is the licensing requirement, and I also offer consultation on what are the areas you can offer services. Now, so far as Dubai and UAE is concerned, there are two areas you need to be aware about. One is mainland and the other one is free zone. Now, if I go and explain, that's going to take quite a lot of time. But what I would recommend you to do is go to Google and just look at the key difference between mainland licenses and also free zone licenses. Now that's not to say that free zone licenses are cheaper or anything. Some of the free zone licenses actually are much more expensive as well. And so far as DMCC is concerned, that is Dubai Multi-Commodity Center, they had record-breaking registrations for cryptocurrency and blockchain space. And if I'm not mistaken, DMCC definitely had record number of registrations since the time of the inception. And then you also have an association called as Crypto Oasis, where a lot of startups can actually go out and meet, and they offer support in quite a lot of other things. And they also have the IFC, that is Dubai International Financial Center, and you also have an emirate called as Queen. And recently they have got it and started issuing licenses for companies offering digital services. So quite a lot of options are definitely available. And listen, personally, Russell, I do think that UAE government is definitely proactive so far starting up business is concerned. And to be honest, it does not take quite a lot of time. You just need to have the right documentation, follow the right procedures, and the entire process is extremely smooth. So what I'd really recommend you to do is drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com, or in the meantime, what you can do is, Russell, you can go to Russell Kmart DAO, that is Russell Kmart Digital Asset Oasis, have a look through that and let me know if you do have any questions or clarifications. You can also go to UAQ Free Zone, also called as the Queen Free Zone, and have a look at that as well. You can also look at Sharjah. They have quite a lot of cheap licenses as well, and they offer quite a lot of visas too. And if you do want to go out and do something, let's say in the AI world, I'm more than happy to connect you with some of my business referrals as well. So do one thing, Russell, why don't you drop me an email? And if our listeners, if you do have any questions regarding, let's say, setting up a business that is connected to cryptocurrency, blockchain, and AI, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. And that's overall, guys, from the Ask Me Anything season Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And how the series of episodes under Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East, and the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.